So on Tuesday, so if you come to the front of your mat, actually, and have your block nearby, just in case. And on Tuesday we did the first part, the standing sequence of the Ashtanga Primary Series, so we did parts of it. So we're going to go into the second part, which is a little bit more pretzel-like, but what happens with in Ashtanga is to keep the heat between the poses, you do a vinyasa. And so I'll say, take a vinyasa, and a vinyasa is literally Chaturanga Dandasana, which is a low press up dog, or you can go to cobra and down dog. So it's just those three poses, and then we move on from down dog. I then explain where we're going to next. So it's like a little circuit in between each side of the body that we're starting to open. Okay, so we're going to start with Surya Namaskar A, which is Sun Salute A. We're going to do 3 rounds of Sun Salute A and 2 rounds of Sun Salute B, Surya Namaskar B, with chair pose and warrior 1. So that's quite intense if you've not been practicing for a little bit. So take your time, well, don't take your time, follow me. But if you need to, just go into down dog and wait for us, or just go into child's pose. But when I say take a vinyasa, you don't have to take it, because the poses come either side of it, so you can just decide to just sit and wait for us to come back. So it's good in that way that you can take a pause. Okay, standing in mountain. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, palms together. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lifting up the head, extending the spine. Exhale, palms down, step back. Roll into plank. Don't forget to press up between the shoulder blades, squeeze the core, thighs come towards each other, and then tip forward on your toes. Hug your elbows in as you lower down. You can lower to cobra, or bring the shoulders, the chest forward into up dog. Exhale into down dog. That little bit was your vinyasa. Press into the index finger and the thumb. Take 3 breaths here. If you want to paddle your heels for your first dog, just walk the dog. And then inhale, up on your toes, bend your knees, look forward, step hop, jump forward to halfway lift. And when you're in Ardha Uttanasana, this is the modified version, is to bring your hands up further, extend the spine and you look up. But if you want to go a bit deeper, you feel your hamstrings can take it, you'll just come to your fingertips and not too far forward. It's still fingertips in front of the toes, look up, come to a flat back. Exhale, fold, squeeze your core, and then inhale. Urdhva Hastasana, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, palms together. Exhale, float, swan dive, tip the hips up, keep the spine long. Exhale. Inhale to halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, palms down, step back, roll into plank. Really think carefully about your chaturanga. Hug your shins and your thighs to the midline. Hug the forearms towards each other. Bend and then flip the feet as you bring the chest between the arms. Exhale, roll over the toes to down dog. Take 3 breaths. Every time you come into down dog, think of the placement of your hands. Using Ujjayi breath. Inhale, up on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Come forward to Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, hands up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last one, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, hands together. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, palms down, step back, roll into plank. Push up between the shoulder blades, dip forward, elbows at right angle, or top of the arms. Flip the feet, look up, lower the hips. Inhale, roll over the toes, come into down dog, 3 breaths. Inhale, up on your toes, bend your knees, look forward, step, hop, jump to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. Standing in mountain, then inhale to chair pose, Utkatasana. Sit back, bring the arms forward and up, and then look up between your thumbs. Exhale, bring the hips up, fold forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step back, roll into plank. Press into the index finger and the thumb. Bring the chest forward, hug the elbows in. And inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale to down dog. Warrior 1 on the right side. And you can, to make this a little easy, you can come onto the ball of the left foot, toes still pointing forward. Bring the right foot up behind you, knee to nose, place the right foot between your hands, feet hip distance apart, then swivel the foot down, the back foot down, sink through the right knee, hips level to the front, bring your arms out, warrior 1. Look at the thumbs, sink into the front knee. Exhale, fold, or palms down, step back, roll into plank, lower to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. And warrior 1 on the left side. Lift the left leg, knee to nose, place the foot between your hands. Drop the back heel. Coming up, swivel the hips to the front, sink through the left knee, bring your arms up. Feel that back bend, gentle back bend, so you want to sink the hips, lift up through the back thigh, squeeze your core to protect the lower back, and then arcing through the top of the shoulders, upper back. Exhale, palms down, step back, roll into plank. Hug the forearms, the thighs, the shins towards each other, lower into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take 3 breaths. You can come into child's pose here if you need to. Just taking a moment. And inhale, up on your toes, bend your knees, look forward, squeeze, drawing the shoulder blades down, pressing the finger pads and the knuckles down. Hop forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose, and then squeeze the thighs, lifting up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Just stand in mountain for a moment and take 3 breaths. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Extending the spine. Exhale, palms down, step back. Roll into plank. Lower to cobra or chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Warrior one on the right side. Stay on the ball of the left foot. Bring the right leg up, knee to nose. Place the foot hip distance apart. Drop the back heel. Come up into warrior one. Sink through the right knee. Turn the hips towards the front. Drive through the back heel. Lift up through the back thigh. Palms together, look up, draw the shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, palms down, step back, roll into plank. Lower through chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up, knee to nose, place it hip distance apart from the other foot. Come up into warrior one, so dropping the right heel, sink through the left knee, hips to the front. Look up. Exhale, palms down, step back. Roll into plank. Lower to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Take 3 breaths. Think of the placement of your hands. Inhale, up on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Come forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale to chair pose. Squeeze your thighs, lifting up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. How did we do? Okay. So now we're going to come straight down to sitting. So think about your transitions and just plop to the floor. So firstly, Dandasana staff pose. Straight legs, and then flex at the ankles. Bring your hands beside your hips. Squeeze your elbows towards each other. And then press through your sitting bones, lift through your core. Internally rotate your thighs a little, so you turn them in slightly, so the knees and the toes point directly up. Drishti is your toes. That's your soft focus. Start to regain control of the breath. Then inhale, or actually I might say, you can have your belt or strap with you if you need it. You don't necessarily need it, but arms go up. So keep that lift up through the core, relax your shoulders away from your ears, and then exhale. We're going to lean forward, but you want to keep that upward lift. Bring the front of the hips, or bring the torso above the hips, roll them forward. And take 2 fingers and a thumb and wrap around your big toe. Or take the strap, or just place, if you can't reach your toes, you're just going to place your hands beside your shins. So keep that internal rotation, press the backs of the thighs down, lift the chest, squeeze the core, relax your head. So each exhalation, use the breath. Keep pressing the backs of the thighs down. You'll feel it's almost as if you're pulling the femur bone up into the socket of the hip to reach the chest forward. Keep the head and shoulders relaxed. Then inhale, your arms come up, palms together. Exhale, Coming into Purvottanasana, reverse plank. So with this one, you can do it in tabletop if it's too intense. And also don't drop your head back if you feel you're going to have to shrug your shoulders to use your traps to bring the head back up. So you can just look down your body as you go up. So find where you're at. So take the hands behind you with the fingers pointing towards your hips as you lean back. Squeeze the elbows towards each other, lift the chest, and then you're going to, you can either, so tabletop now you would bend your knees and lift your hips, so reverse tabletop. You're going to point your toes, again like staff pose, Dandasana, roll the thighs inwards because you want to try and touch your toes down. Inhale, lift your hips, touch the toes down. You can look down your body, or if you feel good about it, drop your head back. I won't be able to speak, but I'm there. Then inhale, lift the head. Exhale, lower the hips. Now we're going to take a vinyasa. So cross at the shins, point your toes so that you can roll over your feet. Palms down, step back. Come to Chaturanga. Inhale to Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale to Down Dog. Inhale, lift up on the toes. Bend your knees, but we're not going to, normally we would jump through. We're not going to do that. You're going to point your toe, so bring the left knee behind the wrist, point the toe down and across to the other side of the mat. Bring the right knee behind the right wrist, point, so you're crossing the shins again, but point your toes so you can roll back over your feet. Bring the legs out in front. So now we're going to take the left leg round to the side. You point the toe behind, bring the flesh of the calf out, and then bring the flesh of the right buttock out, flex the right foot. You might want a proper cushion or something soft under the right buttock to help you stop you rolling to the right. You're going to inhale, lift the arms up, exhale, fold. Again, you can use the strap, hands to the side, or hold on to the foot. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Roll to the right, release the leg. Roll to the left, bend. So now do the other side. So bend at the right knee, take the flesh of the calf out, point the toe behind you, bring the flesh of the left buttock out. This is a lovely stretch through the front of the knee on the bent leg. But also you're going to work through your obliques, the side body. So you want to press through the sitting bones, lift up nice and straight as you can, which is why you can prop there. Inhale, lift the arms up, and exhale, reach the chest forward, extend the spine, take hold of the foot or the strap, whatever, and fold, relax your head. So feel here, you need to pull the right thigh bone up into the hip socket to try and keep you level. A little stretch through the hip, the glute. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a vinyasa. So just come to your knees, palms down, step back, roll into plank, hug the elbows towards each other, Chaturanga. Inhale, Up Dog. Exhale, Down Dog. Cross the shins, point the toes, sit back, release the feet in front. So now we're going to come into Janu Sirsasana. So take the legs apart, flex the feet, and then bend your left leg, bring the sole of the foot against the thigh. So this is now coming into all the hip rotation. So we're working through the torso, really lovely to gently massage the organs and just gently opening the hips. So sitting up, press through your sitting bones, sit up tall. And you might find you want to sit up, just sit your hips up on a towel so that you can help to tilt your pelvis forward. So see how that feels. Press through the left leg, the back of the left leg. Inhale your arms up. Lift your arms up, squeeze the palms towards each other. So lift up through the chest, soften through the right hip, and then revolve to turn over the left leg. Exhale, fold. Again, you can have your strap or just bring your hands beside the leg. So use your core. So you press through the back of the straight leg. Lift the chest again and then just fold. Use your breath, use the exhale. Inhale, rising up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take the legs wide again. Bend the right leg. Connect the sole of the foot and the thigh. Flex through the right toes, push through as if you're stamping onto the wall in front. Press the back of the thigh down and try to soften here. If you feel this is your right thigh is dangling in midair, then put your block under it or rolled up towel. That just helps to be able to release the hip without it holding it in the air there. Inhale, your arms up. Revolve to fold on the exhale over the right leg, the left leg. So again, you're almost, as you press the back of the left thigh down, you're drawing the femur bone up into the socket so you can reach your chest forward more. Inhale, your arms up. Exhale to heart center. You should be facing the front of your mat. So now we're going to take a vinyasa or come to child's pose or down dog. Roll over the feet, step back, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Just take a moment here, and then you're going to come forward, cross at the ankles. Point the toes, roll back, legs in front. So now deeper twist. So keep the right leg straight, flex the foot, press the back of the thigh down, bend the left knee and bring the foot on the inside, well, with a little bit of a gap between the foot and the right thigh. Take the right hand behind you, lift the left arm up, lean forward. So you might feel that this is enough to just press the knee into the top of the arm and then you can just bring the arm up. If you can, this is a binding pose. Reach the arm forward, palm facing in, roll the thumb down. And as you lift up, lean forward, so squeeze your core, you'll bend the elbow. So this is a bind pose which is advanced, so don't worry too much if you can't, and then you'll fold. But if you want to just feel that connection between the shoulder and the knee, yeah, and then reach forward. Use the back hand to lift you up, reach you forward. So you're now pulling the knee back in towards the hip. Okay, inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Bend the right leg, flex through the left foot. So again, you want a little space between the foot and the thigh, so you can put your torso there. Take the left hand behind you, so you can lift up, reach forward, squeeze your core. Feel what this is doing to the hip area. And then turn the thumb down, if you can. You're going to bend the elbow behind you, and then we catch the arms and you sit down. So then you're really squeezing the arm into the knee, lifting up, or you'll just keep the hand. But feel that lift of the chest, squeezing the thighs towards each other, squeeze the knee into the arm. You can squeeze, come forward a little. Okay, inhale, release. Take a vinyasa. We're nearly done, peeps. So stepping back, roll into plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Cross knees behind wrists. Going to sit back. Going to come into boat pose, Navasana. So you can do the modified version, which is take your hands behind your thighs, press through your sitting bone, lift your chest. And as you squeeze the thighs to the midline, lean back, keep the chest lifted. And then you'll drag your toes back, lift. So you want to lift the shins so they're parallel with the mat. Spread your toes. And then if you can, you'll release the arms. If you want to do full boat, when your toes are touching down, you actually roll a little bit more back onto the sacrum and then lift the legs straight, spread the toes, reach the arms. But squeeze the thighs to the midline, keep the chest lifting to find where you're at, and even if it's enough to just keep the toes on the mat, keep breathing. I'm talking to keep you focused, or not focused on what you're doing. Exhale, cross at the ankles, palms in, lift the hips. Release down, come back into boat pose, so your choice of where you're at with it. If your arms are reaching towards your toes, you're going to draw the shoulder blades down your back. Keep the chest lifted. Squeeze thighs to the midline. Drishti is on your toes. Cross the legs the other way. Little lift up. And then come to lie back. And just stretch out the core a little. So arms by your side, press your palms and your forearms down. You're going to come into bridge pose. So you should be able to touch your heels and your thighs are parallel, hip distance. Inhale, press the lower back gently into the mat and then lift your hips. Keep the thighs parallel because your hip rotator is going to want to turn the thighs out, so squeeze them towards each other. They don't need to be touching. Press through the palms and the forearms, lift your hips a little more. Dig your heels in. And then exhale, lower down vertebrae by vertebrae. I'll just do a little gentle windshield. So take your feet wide, take your arms wide with the palms down. And just using your breath, dropping your knees from one side to the other. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay, then come back to center. Hug your knees in. Have a little rock there. Cross at the ankles. And then knee to nose. Rock up to sitting. So well done. Whistle stop. Ashtanga Primary Series. Sit nice and tall. Close your eyes. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling completely. Bring your palms together at your heart center. Lowering your head. And opening your eyes. Namaste. Have a lovely